Billy Prempeh is with us, and I'd like to say good morning to you. Billy, welcome. Great to see you on the show today. I want to know exactly
Stuart,
what you're running against in New Jersey. I mean, what's really got you ticked off about Jersey?
Stuart, first off, thank you very much for having me on the show. And one of the things that has me ticked off is I'm running against a 24-year entrenched politician, Bill Pascrell. He's been in here for many, many years. And the city that I live in, Paterson, New Jersey, last year we had all kinds of voter fraud in our city. Violence has gone through the roof. Taxes have gone through the roof. In fact, one of my good high school friends, Ravel Trejo, God rest his soul, was recently killed because a lot of the violence is happening in our city. Our police are not getting the funding that we need. And politicians like Bill Pascrell, they appease their super radical left base, and they're going against the grain, and they're making not just my city, but our district far worse. And me at 31 years old, I feel like if I don't get involved, if I don't get into this race, if I don't do what's right and speak on behalf of the people in the district, we're never going to be able to have a safe environment for our families to grow up in, and our communities are falling apart. I wanted to do something great for the community. I decided to get involved.
Okay, I know you've had conversations, one or two, with the former President Trump. Is he backing your candidacy?
So I met with President Trump about 2 or 3 days ago, not too long ago. Thankfully, Kim Klacik invited me to this event. And I met with the president. We were able to speak very briefly. He's very well aware of the fact that we're running against Bill Pascrell. And if you guys know, he's one of his most staunch opponents inside of the Congress. And he's a supporter of the campaign. Whether we get an endorsement, we'll see how that goes moving forward.
Would you say that former President Trump is the leader of your party?
100%. Anybody who doesn't believe that Donald Trump is the leader of their party, then I think they're on the wrong side. President Trump got someone like me. I'm from Paterson, New Jersey, in the 4th Ward of the inner city. I decided to get involved in this race because of President Trump. He said things that nobody else wanted to talk about. He was talking about the terrible immigration crisis we've got going on at the border. My family, I'm a first-generation American. I'm a United States Air Force veteran. I decided to fight for this country, and seeing what's going on at our border, it makes not just me upset, but it makes my family upset. We got 14 relatives that came into this country legally. We came through a process, and President Trump is calling out the issues that nobody else wants to talk about. And it really inspired me to get involved. And I decided if nobody's going to go and stand up against these radical leftists, then I'm going to go up there and do something about it.
Paterson, New Jersey is heavily minority, African-American in particular. What's the reaction in Paterson, New Jersey, to you as a Trump supporter?
Believe it or not, the reaction has actually been quite positive. A lot of the people that I've run into, first things first, you don't see too many 6'2" black dudes with dreadlocks walking around Paterson, New Jersey with a Trump hat, but it's actually opened the door to a lot of people because they're sick and tired of the Democrats. More importantly, they're sick of Bill Pascrell. He's been here for 24 years, and nothing positive has happened. It's only gone downhill even more further. So there's not a lot of Republican outreach going on in the inner cities. I'm one of the first people to go out there and do it, and last year I ran for Congress in 2020, and despite the COVID pandemic, despite the 7-month campaign, we shifted 33,253 votes to the Republican side this past election because they're sick of it. They don't want to vote for the Democrats. The unaffiliated voters, they lean more to the right because if they wanted to be Democrat, they'd be Democrats. But they see what's happening in the community. They're seeing a guy like me, a young person, 31 years old, and I'm trying to bring ideas that are totally opposite to what we've been seeing for the past 24 years. And it's actually been very, very positive. A lot of people are open to it. So I tell a lot of the people that are listening right now, don't discount the inner cities because the way we're going to turn New Jersey red, the way we're going to turn all these blue states red is to focus on these inner cities. 35% of the vote in my district comes from Paterson, New Jersey, and they're sick and tired of it. They want change. And President Trump, he got on stage not too long ago. He said something that was really critical, and it resonated with a lot of people. What do you have to lose? We've been going with the blue for so long, and it's not working. So it's time to choose red.
I'll say one thing, Billy. You've got a lot of energy, and I really envy that at this time of day. We appreciate you being here. Come and see us again soon. We'd like to see how your campaign's going. Billy Prempeh, everyone.
Thank you, Stuart.
Sure thing.